Welcome to TFR Newsroom, and this is your host Swapnil Bhartiya. My next guest is Kang, Vice President of North America of Kyligence. Lee, it's great to have you back on the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Swap.
And today we are going to talk about Kyligence Cloud 4.5 release. But before we talk about this release, I want to talk a bit about the company itself. We have spoken earlier, our audience know, but just to recap them, what do you folks do?
Kyligence, we provide intelligent data cloud. So our mission is to transform the way people use data, right? So we provide this a data analytics platform on both on cloud and on platform that we can enable users to get insights from the vast amount of data that is stored on their data platform, like whether it's a data lake or a cloud data warehouse, and enable that insights to service front-end applications like BI or dashboards or machine learning type of applications.
You offer software that folks can install, or you offer a service?
It's a software that people can either install on-premise or deploy to their cloud environment.
Excellent. Now let's talk about the version 4.5. What's new in this release?
Lots of great news and new features in the 4.5 release. First of all is the basically the theme is we expanded our platform to cover a lot more use cases and more scenarios. So a couple highlights are one is what we call smart tiered storage. That is, we incorporated a new open source project called ClickHouse in our Kyligence 4.5 release. With ClickHouse, now we can handle the ad hoc query scenarios, right? So if you recall from our discussion back in January, we talked about Kyligence 4 release. At that time, we focused on things like cloud native architecture, unified semantic layer, and a smart pushdown, right? So we focused on enable this high performance, high concurrency analytics on the cloud or data lake platform. And we leverage our key technology or core enabling component is this Apache Kyligence, which is an OLAP technology or multidimensional online processing technology built on the big data platform, right? So in this 4.5 release, we expanded on top of that capability. We introduced ClickHouse, which enable user to run any type of query. You may have any question that you come up with, and you can just ask that question, send your query to your data platform, and ClickHouse will help you find the answer. And that's the first tier in our smart tiered storage architecture. The second tier is our Kyligence, Apache Kyligence based OLAP pre-computation technology, right? That's where we pre-compute the results. We know what questions you may ask, and we have the answers stored in the Apache Kyligence based aggregate index. So with these two-tiered storage, we can support a much wider array of use cases, so that whether it's a pre-computed results or ad hoc query, we can support both of them with a high performance, high concurrency. So that's the first major feature is the smart tiered storage to support ad hoc queries. The second major feature is called Kyligence real time, right? The OLAP or MOLAP technology is mainly used for batch processing in the past, right? So with 4.5 release, we expanded the support to streaming data sources. So now with our platform, we can ingest data from streaming sources such as Kafka, and we have other sources will be support them in the near future. So you have new events or new record or new messages arriving at the streaming data sources, and we will pick up those new messages or new events, and we'll merge that into our aggregate index, and then we can run the OLAP analysis on top of that. So in this scenario, we can process both the historical data and the latest information coming from the streaming data sources. So in all these different type of analysis is under the same data model, same unified semantic layer. So from the user standpoint, you really don't need to worry about whether you are dealing with real-time information from the streaming source or the historical data in the pre-built, pre-computed aggregate indexes. You're just sending the same query and the platform will handle different scenarios. So these are the two major features. Other than that, we obviously further enhanced the performance. We introduced a new Spark, latest Spark processing engine as the backend processing engine. We expanded our unified semantic layer to support Power BI, through the MDX connector. So these are some of the other features that's available in 4.5.
Excellent. Thanks for explaining all those features in detail. Can you also talk about what role does Apache Kyligence play in this release?
Apache Kyligence is still the core of the product, right? As you know, Kyligence is founded by the creators of Apache Kyligence. So we are continue developing the core OLAP processing engine with Apache Kyligence. But we expanded our open source effort, right? As I mentioned, in this release, we have we introduced a new open source technology called ClickHouse. It has been very popular among the analytics developers, and also we are contributing back to other open source projects, for example, Spark and Apache Hudi. So just the overall, right, Kyligence is committed to open source development, and we are continue to invest and leading the development of Apache Kyligence project.
If I may ask you, and you can be a bit diplomatic about that if you want to, who are your direct competitors? Who do you compete against? And what edge do you bring to the market to stay ahead of them?
Really, it's there are many products that play at the same tier that where we play, right? Enable the insights on top of a big data platform, whether it's on premises or on the cloud, right? So in that sense, there are a lot of vendors are trying to solve this problem. We take a different approach, if you will, right? We some vendors focusing on the pre-computation with OLAP, right? Some vendor focuses on real-time processing, and some vendor focuses on ad hoc data exploration, right? With 4.5, we introduced this platform that is able to support all these different use cases or scenarios. So we can do both the OLAP batch processing. We can do real-time OLAP processing. We can do we support ad hoc queries. And then we govern all three different scenarios with the same unified semantic layer. And behind the scene, it's our AI driven engine, right? So with the AI engine that automate the modeling and automate the optimization of the system, that probably I would say is our secret sauce. That the engine that power all different use cases, and then this engine is the running behind the scene to support this platform, which can support all different use cases. So I think that's our strength, and that's how we can beat our competitors.
Now, 4.5 release is out, and I'm pretty sure the team is already working on the next release. What are the areas that you're going to focus on with the next release?
Beyond the 4.5, right? I think the trend is quite obvious in this data and analytics domain, right? The convergence of data warehouse and data lake, the convergence of batch processing and the real-time processing, and the next convergence is happening is the convergence of traditional BI analytics and the AI and machine learning workload, right? So I think that's quite obvious, and that's our direction as well, right? We already talked about the convergence of batch and real time, the convergence of the ad hoc and the pre-computed queries, right? That's already happening in our product. So naturally, enhancing the products with more native support to AI machine learning workload, and also continue to support that in the open source fashion. You will see we're going to have some new product released along that line pretty soon.
Lee, thank you so much for taking time out today and talk about this new release and also the market that Kyligence play in. And I would love to have you back on the show. Thank you.
Thank you, Swap.